How Tesla is destroying General Motors. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Tech Luxe Zone. Tesla founder and CEO Elon Musk once tweeted, "Few people know that we started Tesla when GM forcibly recalled all electric cars from customers in 2003 and then crushed them in a junkyard." Musk was referring to when General Motors, GM, recalled its EV1 and subsequently destroyed it. In this video, we will talk about Tesla destroying General Motors. Have a look! If you like our video, don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's take this back a few years. In 1996, GM came out with an electric car called EV1, which was available to customers only through a lease. It could not be bought. The decision to launch an electric vehicle was spurred by legislation in California that allowed automakers to sell their vehicles in the state only if they also produced and sold vehicles with zero emissions. Though the car found favor with a sizable group, its production came to a halt in 1999. Criticism of the car, from design flaws to the limited range of distances it could cover, has been among the speculated reasons for its death. At various times, the automaker also indicated that the car simply was not viable enough to pursue. It has even been alleged that GM was worried about the EV1 jeopardizing the sale of its conventional cars, and so decided to pull the plug on it. After production was halted, many of the lessees requested that their lease be extended, and even agreed to take responsibility for the vehicle's maintenance. Then GM refused. Instead, the vehicles were rounded up and sent to the crushers. And that was basically the end of the EV1. Back in the present, Tesla's mission statement ties in with what Musk tweeted. On the website, the automaker states that it was founded in 2003 by a group of engineers in Silicon Valley who wanted to prove that electric cars could be better than gasoline-powered cars. In his tweets, Musk further hinted at the company's fledgling beginning and how its chance at success was minimal. He clarified that starting Tesla had nothing to do with making money, but with taking control of the situation at a time when the electric vehicle sector was facing a bleak future. General Motors' plan. As chief executive, Mary Barra announced the acceleration of General Motors Co.'s rollout of 30 vehicle models in November. She said the carmaker was committed to fighting for the EV market share until we are the #1 in North America. A decade ago, GM was the company to beat in the US in electric vehicles. In 2012, the year Tesla debuted the Model S, GM sold more than 23,000 Chevrolet Volts, nearly double that of its nearest competitor, the Toyota Prius, and representing 18% of the total US electric vehicle market. But since Tesla began selling the Model 3 2 years ago, it smashed US sales records for electric vehicles. Still just a sliver of the US vehicle market overall, and turned 112-year-old GM into an underdog. Tesla dominated the US EV market in 2019 with 58% share, and some estimates have suggested its share rose to as much as 80% in the first half of 2020. Barra has said that GM will increase the amount it invests in electric vehicle development to $27 billion, and that the company will sell 1 million electric vehicles in 2025. At that rate, analysts suggest the Detroit carmaker is unlikely to soon overtake its California competitor, which joined GM in the blue-chip S&P 500 last month. Right now, on pure electric in the US, Tesla is dominant, said David Winston, a Morningstar analyst. GM also must manage its traditional car and truck business, where it holds the largest share of the US market, to ensure it underwrites rather than undermines its electric vehicle push. It's like you're operating on yourself, said Adam Jonas, a Morgan Stanley analyst who is bullish on Tesla. It's possible, it's just the added challenge. Industry experts agree that at some point, the market for electric vehicles will become the entire vehicle market. The question is, when? Market research firm ID TechX estimated EVs will constitute 20% of the worldwide market by 2030 and up to 80% by 2040. But Luke Gear, the firm's senior technology analyst, said that the estimates were supposed to be revised upwards. With Democrat Joe Biden set to take over the White House and European emission fines set to kick in this year, GM's target of 1 million vehicles and a flood of new models is stepping up the game, Gear said. GM's Ultium battery allows for newer models to be developed faster, and the company's planned battery factory in Lordstown, Ohio, a joint venture with LG Chem, should make it possible to crank out enough batteries to meet Barra's production goals. More vehicles means more choices for consumers, hastening wider EV options. Tesla has some high-profile quality problems, like a roof that flew off the Model Y in California in October. This same day, a new owner picked it up from the dealership. GM's play means customers who want to buy an electric vehicle won't have to go with a 15-year-old startup that has quality issues, Gear said. For now, Tesla is still better at making its batteries cheaper than competitors, Gear said. Cheaper batteries mean cheaper vehicles, making them an option for a wider pool of potential customers. In 2019, the best-selling electric vehicle in the U.S. was the Tesla Model 3, which started at $38,000. The company sold nearly 155,000. By contrast, the second bestseller was Tesla's Model X, a sport utility vehicle starting at $80,000, which sold 19,000. Emmanuel Rosner, a Deutsche Bank analyst, estimated in a note that GM will reduce the cost of battery cells to approximately $100 per kilowatt-hour in 3 years, and then to about $75 per kilowatt-hour by 2025. Yet it would still trail Tesla's mid-decade target of $50 per kilowatt-hour. Price is going to be what determines who is the market leader, and Tesla looks set to win on price for the foreseeable future, Gear said. Tesla's head start on electric vehicles is compounded by the huge difference between the two companies' values. At $600 billion, Tesla's market capitalization is now 10 times that of GM, giving it an advantage in raising capital, Jonas said. Moreover, as a pure-play electric vehicle company, Tesla is free of conflicts that could hamper GM, Jonas says. All that capital expenditures go towards electric vehicles, and it may have an advantage in attracting engineering talent. GM could also face future costs if the public and government begin to see the pollution emission by internal combustion engines as a long-term viability, the kind that spark regulation, legislation, and litigation. That makes some investors think the automaker might spin off its EV business, despite GM's statements to the contrary. We are hearing investors starting to look at internal combustion engines like tobacco and asbestos, Jonas said. Analysts said GM is unlikely to realize an ambition to beat Tesla this decade, if at all. The company has a long way to go if it wants to pass Tesla in the North American electric vehicle market, Whiston said. Yet Tesla has dominated in recent years, partly because it has lacked competition. Once you get into cheaper EV spots, you can't rely on Tesla fanatics to get you into the #1 share position, Winston said. Even if GM never controls a larger portion of the North American market than their rival upstart, if they keep putting out tons of great products, they take a ton of share from Tesla. Are their EV efforts a failure then? I would say no. Tesla and GM's similarity. Respect. It was a simple statement by Ford Motor CEO Jim Farley acknowledging Tesla CEO Elon Musk's tweet, saying the two companies were the only American car makers not to have gone bankrupt out of thousands of car startups. Farley's retweet of Musk earlier this month was a jab at his Detroit rivals, while also recognizing what Tesla has been able to accomplish. Ford has often touted its survival of the Great Recession, after crosstown rivals General Motors and then Chrysler, now a part of Stellantis, went bankrupt in 2009. It was one of the latest examples of executives at legacy automakers showing Musk some appreciation. They've also adopted at least some of his company's strategies to catch up to Tesla's electric vehicle sales all over the world. What I take away from Tesla's success is that there's a huge market for EVs, and they validated that, GM CEO Mary Barra said during an online discussion Thursday for the Economic Club of New York's Women in Business event. If you like our video, don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.